Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I want to do a little craft with me, or if you want to call it a tutorial on how I created these little signs. So I did post these on Instagram and someone asked me if I would do a tutorial, so I'm here to do a tutorial. I'm going to try my best. The lighting is not the greatest, and I'm not sure, this may be a little lengthy, I'm not sure, so I'll just try and see how it comes out. So I made my signs with these little Christmas signs. They're made with, I think this is called MDF, I'm not sure. You can see what it's made out of here. Kind of like particle board. So I got this at Dollar Tree. And for those of you who don't have Dollar Tree or don't want to get out, because I know a lot of us don't want to get out right now, I have put together a little one made from cardstock. So I've got all the measurements here so that I can show you how to make one with the same measurements as these. And so we'll get to that first. I am going to make mine using this little box here. I have not tried this. I just got you guys some measurements so that you know, you had options. So if you can't get out, excuse me, and get one of those, you could always try this and see how it works. So the measurements for this are 7 1/4 by 12. So it's 7 1/4 this way and then 12 long ways. So I did use 12 by 12 cardstock. This is heavyweight, 110-pound cardstock. So also the scoring, so you want to score it this way. So you want to score it at 1 1/4. Whoops, it goes this way. So 1 1/4, and then you're going to score, this score line will be 3 1/4, and then this one here is going to be 4 1/2, and then this one here is going to be 6 1/2. And so when you fold this up, it will form your little box. And so this little half-inch piece will go inside like this. Okay. And so I was also thinking, if you do this, what you might want to do is you might want to glue all your pieces onto this before you assemble it to make it easier, because it won't be as sturdy, because it is cardstock, and I'm not sure if it will be, you know, how easy it will be to glue your panels on. So I thought you might want to glue your adhere your panels on before you assemble your box. So that's just a little tip there. I have not made this one, like I said, so I'm not sure. And also I was thinking what you might want to do, so before you assemble it, is you might want to glue some vase fillers, like those little pebbles. You might want to adhere just a few of those down the strip, just so that it's bottom heavy. You know what I'm saying? So that when it's setting up, it will sit more sturdy than if it's just, you know, it gives it some weight to the bottom. So I thought that might be a good idea too, to try that. Or you can just throw some down in there. I mean, they may shake around a little, but I'm sure it'll be okay. And okay, and so the little end pieces here that tuck in here after you get your box put together, these little end pieces will tuck in here like this and just glue them in. I haven't put this together, like I said, but I'm pretty sure these measurements will work. So then you'll have your little caps. Okay, and so those measurements, I want to tell you what those are too. And so the box ends are, you cut them at 2 1/2 by 1 3/4, and then you're going to score it 1/4 inch on all the sides, and then you're going to snip the corners just like this here. So you go up to the right here where your corners meet, and you just snip a little notch in each corner like this, so that when you fold it up, it will fit real nice. Okay, and so I wanted to show you that in case you can't get your hands on one of those. So let me move this over out of the way, and I'll put those measurements below so that you can find them. Okay, so let me move these out of the way too. I'll show you this one real quick. Okay, and then this one. And I'm going to set these up here. And what I've done is I've already figured out how I'm going to do my next one. So I've got all the pieces all ready to cut. And I've got my decorations all ready to go. I did go ahead because it is kind of time consuming to die cut all the letters and put the foam on the back. And so I did already do that. So my letters they are die cut, but I'm thinking you could also use thickers. I have a set of thickers right here. These aren't really thickers, but so that you kind of get an idea what I'm talking about. So there's all kinds of alphabet thickers that you could use probably, especially if the name is long. You may have to you know, use the thickers so that you can get the whole name on. Let's see, I have some thickers. Let's see, maybe these have the pink on the sides, so that if your name is long, or you want to write, you know, you might want to say something instead of the person's name or whatever, you know, add a phrase or something like the vintage goose or something like that, you know. You might need to make your letters a little smaller. So it's like, so this one, my daughter's name is Brianna. So her name was real long, and I started to just put Bri, but then I decided to go ahead and put her full name, and I just moved my embellishment over just a little. And then you can see here on this one's mine. So you can see how the names are put on here a little differently. And you can see where my banner came out shorter than on hers. Her name was longer. And I extended my decoration, my embellishment over just a little further. So just whatever, you know, you can get to work for you. So the first thing we're going to do, and let me show you another one that I decorated. I don't want to show her name, but this one turned out super cute. Isn't it cute? It's a surprise, so I can't show her name. So this one is made with marigold. Maggie Helm's marigold collection is super cute. So let's start with cutting these pieces here. So this one will be 2 inches, and then these two ends here are 1 1/4. And of course the paper is 12 inches long. So let me move this over just a hair. My little workspace isn't the biggest, so let me move my glue. And this glue too. So I've got this little piece of paper here from my stash, and I'm going to cut this one at, so I'm going to cut this one at 1 1/4. Okay. So 1 1/4. Let me make sure I've got that correct. Let me move this over. So 1 1/4 would fit right across here, just like that. And then 2 inches. And so this piece would go right here, just like that. And then 1 1/4. Okay, and so this piece goes right here on this end. So you've got the 3 sides, and the back is open, so you don't have to do the back. And so now we're going to do this, and this is 1 1/4 by 2. So I'm going to cut this at 1 1/4. And I'm just going to bring it down to 4 right there. Then I'm going to flip it and cut it at, I know my paper is way down there where you can't see it. So I'm cutting it at 2. And then I'm going to slide it down and cut it at 2 again. So I have my little end pieces. So these fit right on here, just like that. So I have 2 of those. Now, excuse me. You could stitch these if you wanted to before you glued them on. I chose not to, just because I was afraid that if I stitched these, that it would stick out too far. Because, you know, the stitching would add just a little gap. So I decided not to stitch mine. Excuse me, some allergies. So windy. It's been so windy, and so all the crud that's in the trees and everything, all the leaves that are dying, falling off, is blowing in the air. And I've been outside stringing up my Christmas lights, and so I've got some allergies. It's not fun. Okay, so if you hear me breathing hard, it's because I can't breathe. Sorry. So next I used Fabri-Tac to adhere the paper pieces to the box. I thought it would hold it really well. I mean, if you want your papers to line up perfectly, you might want to check them before you adhere them. So I'm making this one for my mom, and she likes purple, so I had to find some purple paper. So the collections I'm using, they are all mixed up. So I've got some Splendor, some Willow Lane, and then I've got this piece that's out of a paper pack that I picked up from Tuesday morning, and I didn't pull it out, so I can't share with you what it's called. Sometimes I buy paper packs that don't have a lot of decoration on them, or they're kind of plain, so that you can use them for background pieces. So I think that's why I purchased that pack, was to use the thing about Fabri-Tac is it oozes out the top and always makes a mess. So then adhered this piece on, and what I forgot to say was what I've been doing when I put a piece on. Sorry. You can take your bone folder if you want to and smooth it out. But also, what I was doing with my other ones, what I like about Fabri-Tac too, is you can slide it around a little and get it all nice and straight. So, I've been taking my little file here and filing the corners. So you can file them a little, and I think it makes it look really neat, and I hope that's not loud. But before I put the next piece on, like when I put this one on, I would have filed it before I put the next piece on, but I'm not sure if it matters. That's just the way I have been doing it. So I like to scrape up the edges. This. And then if your paper hangs off just a little, you're also able to get that little piece off by filing it. And I think it's cute. I like it like that. So you may have to come back later, and if your glue oozes out or you see a place you missed, come back and get it. So some glue. Okay, so got that piece done. It does make a little bit of dust, but the end result is really cute. And so this piece on. Like that, and you can come back and kind of sand your edges. So excited I get to go see my new grandson today. So as soon as I'm finished here, I'm going to go to my daughter's house to see my grandson. He was born October 15th, and he's been in NICU for 3.5 weeks, and he finally got out yesterday. So yesterday was the first day I got to see him since he was born. Oh my gosh, it's like COVID has messed everything up for us grandparents. They wouldn't let us, you know, go to the hospital. Couldn't be there when he was born. Couldn't go and see him. So yesterday was the first day I got to see him and hold him and love him and snuggle him, and it was so sweet. He's the sweetest little thing, and he's so tiny. He's like 5.5 pounds, I think. So he's so sweet, and I can't wait to go see him today. Okay. This is my first grandson. So I have 5 granddaughters, and he's my first grandson. And my middle daughter, she's expecting a baby next year in June, so excited for that. I asked her about 8 months ago if she would give me a grandson, because I needed a grandson, and she said, heck no. Guess what? Now she's having a baby, and I hope it's a boy. Not that I don't like girls. I love girls. My husband wanted all girls, so he got his girls. Now it's my turn. It's my turn to have some grandsons. So, okay, so now we've got the end pieces on, and you will see some little gaps, but they're fine. You don't really notice them after your project's made. So, let's see. We'll sand this one up. Fast forward through all that if you want to. All the gluing and sanding. I'm not sure if it's going to be loud and annoying. Okay, so the base is all done. It's all covered. So let me do something with this mess of a glue here. Okay, so next what I got to do is I have to make this little banner piece here. Because that's the next piece. So, let me move my embellishments off of my paper. Okay, so I have this piece of paper here that I want to use for my banner, and this is from the Splendor collection. Here is what it looks like. Let's see. I wanted to show you so you know what I'm talking about. Splendor. So, Splendor collection by My Mind's Eye, and I'm using this piece right here. I love that yellow paper. It's so pretty. Okay, so where did I put my... Bring my cutter back up here. And I forget this measurement, so let me grab my ruler. So this is 1 and 1 5/8. So 1 5/8. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it twice. So 1 5/8 is the next big mark past the 1 1/2. So we're going to cut one strip and another strip. So this is going to make our banner. Excuse me. Okay, so what I do is, see if I can get up here so you can see. So normally I have like a mat that has a ruler across it, but since that's over on my workspace that I normally craft on, I'm going to guess. So after I make one, I always use my old one as an example. So also, I wanted to make this one a little longer because my mom's name is so short that I think I can start folding about right here, and that'll leave me more room for the embellishment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like line it up where I want the, here, let me use this one. So like if I want it to start right here, let's start about right there. Then I want to start folding my paper probably, see, M-O-M. Let's start folding it about right here. And so I always go up first. You don't have to go up first, that's just me. Okay, this may work out using my board as a guide instead of a ruler. So my first fold went up, and I think I'll make my next fold go down. So you just kind of fold it under. And then my next fold, I think I will bring it up again, like this. And then this one, let's see. So you take your next piece, and so this one goes up. Let's bring this one down. So let's fold this one up like, wait, let's see. Let's bring it, wait a minute, I'm confusing myself. Okay, let's bring it down like this. Okay, so we'll bring it down. So now what you have to do is you have to attach these two like this. So you have to glue them together. Let's make sure I did this right. So then this one would adhere right here, like this. And yeah, I think that will work. So what we're going to do is take some glue and just put it across here, where you're going to tack these two strips together like this. Okay, so that your strip can keep going. Okay, so now we have this, and so my next piece needs to go up, and I think I want to start going backwards. So I'm going to fold that up. Let's see, fold it up like that, press down, and let's see, I have room for one more, so I'm going to tuck it under. Wait, let me see. Okay, I'm just going to tuck it under and keep it fairly small, like the little fold here, just like this. So there's my long ruffled banner, and I'm going to trim it off about right here. Yeah, that's cute. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fishtail it just like this. I don't know why I'm so shaky. I ate before I started. so I wouldn't be shaky, but I'm still shaky. Okay, so then what I have to do is I have to take that to my machine, and if you can't stitch it, whoops, it goes like this. If you can't stitch it, you can always just glue these ruffles down. So you would, you know, glue in between all your little pleats here until it lays flat. But since I want mine stitched, I'm going to run over here to my machine and I'm going to stitch it. So I've got my pleat here all stitched. I used gold thread, and so I'm going to adhere it right here. And so the glue I'm going to use, I'm going to use my this Aleene's Tacky Grab, because it's really good glue. Okay. So, oops. You know what? That's not right. Pause. I have to adhere the mom on there. Let me rub this glue off. Oh my God, what a mess. Okay, almost forgot. We have to put mom on there. Okay, so line up your name, whatever you choose to put on yours, and I have glue all over my hands. Okay, let me see. And they don't have to line up on the ruffles. No, mine don't line up on the ruffles. See, you can see here. So like this one hangs below. I tried to get these straight, but my daughter's, hers isn't as straight as this one. So, as you can see here. So, they don't have to line up perfectly. Just whatever you like. See how her R is higher than her B? And then the A is lower than the N. So, just line it up however you think looks good. Oh shoot, now I have glue all over my hands. Okay. And if you want to, if you have your embellishment pre-made, like I have this one all ready to go, you can just lay it up there and then, you know, figure out how you want your name across there. Let's see. I think I like mine. I think I'm going to start my M. Maybe I'll start this one. Let me see. I need to move this. Okay. I think I'm going to start mine about right here. And then I just kind of tack it on. So I'm using this Barely Art glue. And you can go back and add glue to the ends if it's not stuck on there good enough for you. So this just holds it on while you're stitching the name on, while you're stitching on the letters. Okay, and then the O, whoops, fumbling everything because I'm shaky. Oops. Okay. I think that's crooked. Okay. And then I think it's sticking down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to let that set up just a second. I think this needs to go up a hair. So see how it's not aligned with the ruffle? And I think that's okay. But, you know, certainly do it however you like it. Okay. So now I'm going to take this over to my machine and I'm going to stitch right across here so that the letters are sewn on. So I'll be right back. Okay, excuse me. So my thread got all bunched up here when I started sewing. I don't know what happened. So I had to pull all that out. Okay, so now I have Mom sewn on. Looks super cute. Just gonna get that glue off there. Okay, now we can glue this on. So now you glue the banner on. Don't forget to put your name, stitch your name on first, unless you're not stitching it, then you can go ahead and put it on and put the name on last. That would work. So if you're stitching it, get it on. Okay, and adhere your banner piece. I left my threads sticking out here. See these little threads? I always leave my little threads. My mom likes thread. She'll like that. This one here. Okay. So now I have this on. So next we're going to embellish it. And so I have cut this out of one of the Splendor Collection pieces of paper. And so I'm going to adhere this. So I think I'm going to use this glue here, so the Barely Arts glue. And I'm going to put this piece on. Okay. And make sure it doesn't hang. If it hangs below right here, you can trim it off. So just be aware of that. Be aware of it. I think I'll just snip that piece off. Okay. That one really did. So it looks like that. Okay. So that piece, and then my next piece, I have this piece of lace here that I picked up from AliExpress. It came like this. Pretty big roll full. So, and pretty inexpensive. Let's see what I want to do. I was going to use my hot glue, but I forgot to bring it over here. Oops. Let me see. Up there. Okay, so I'll put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on here. And I'm going to stick it on here. I like using different textures. And so the next piece, let's see, let's bring these over here. So my next piece is the Rosette. And let's see if I can get my Fabri-Tac to come out. Normally I would use hot glue on this. Okay. So this is a vellum rosette that I stitched around, and I used the vellum with the gold polka dots. So when you put it on, make sure it doesn't hang below your sign, so that when it's up like this, it's not going to interfere. Okay, and then what I did was I got some string, and I'll show you how I do my string. So I have this blue piece here and this green piece, and then I have some pink. So I just cut me some off. So I have 3 different colors here. So just cut some off like that, and then I just wrap it around my fingers, and then just wad it up like this. And that's how I do my little string that I put on my embellishments. So this one I already have made. Looks like it's coming apart a little bit. So here's my string, and so I want to put it, let's see, I think what I'll do is I've got this little swan here. I think he's from Willow Lane. Willow Lane. Maggie Helms Willow Lane. And I'm just going to put some glue on the back of him, and then I'm going to put my string up here. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to glue it to my rosette. That glue is complicated. Okay. So then stick him on here, or her. She's a she. So we'll stick her on there. See how cute? Super cute. Okay. And I cut this little butterfly. He's from Willow Lane. So, this is Willow Lane. So this is the Maggie Helms Willow Lane collection. And this is the butterfly paper. And so I just took one of these butterflies and cut him out. Cut him out of the piece of paper. Glue all over my hands. So I just cut him out and put a little glue on him. So he's going to tuck in a little like that. And I want to put him under the rosette, but on top of the lace. So just like that. So now I have my little butterfly. So the other thing was the little bow right here. So what I did was I die cut out a bunch of layers of this dye here. This is a Coco and Reno. I do believe this is Coco and Reno from one of their bow collections. So I die cut it out several times and glued them all together to make this sturdy. And then I used a piece of purple glitter paper from Joann's. And I'm going to adhere it. I think I want to put it right here on the O. So when you put your bow on, make sure he doesn't hang past the bottom of your sign here. So I'm going to put that there, and that will take a while to dry since I don't have my hot glue. And then the next thing I want to do is, you can see here how I put a little gem on this one, and this one looks like this, has some bling on it. Both of those are from AliExpress. Let's see what this one will look like. I think I'll put this one because it seems to match the papers pretty well, see? So I think I'm going to put this one, but let me see. So I really need hot glue. No, what I need is E6000. That's what I need. Let's see if I can get the lid off of it. Oof. Okay. And it may take a second to dry too, so E6000 to hold my little gem on. Okay. So here's how it's looking. Super cute, isn't it? And then one of the other things I wanted to do was, I got these gems here from Wendy. She is my creative life. Thank you so much, Wendy. These came in handy. So, take my X-Acto knife and cut a little purple one off of here. So I want to put this little gem, I think I want to put it about right here. So add a little gem right there, if you can see him, he's right there. And then just, you know, bling it up, make it really cute. I also like to use these little diamond dots. These ones look a little holographic. I don't know if this is the right lid, so if you're looking at the number, don't go by that, because I did take my lids off and then I think I got them mixed up. So these are super cute on there. Right here's where I used some on this one, so I'll probably do that. I don't know. I think I'll put these little orange ones on there. So let me grab my little needle-nosed pliers, and this Barely Arts glue works great for that. So I'm going to put a couple of dots, and then I'm going to grab these. I'll bring it up here so maybe you can see what I'm doing. So I put some little dots on there, dots of glue, and my tweezers have adhesive on them. They don't want to let go. Let me see. I also have this little thing that I use sometimes. So grab one of those. And the best thing about this glue, well, it's not the best thing, but one of the good things about this glue is if you get too much like I tend to, oh my goodness, they're all flipped the wrong way. Come on, little fellas, come on. Cooperate. Okay. Oh, this glue, as I was saying, one of the good things about this glue is you can stick your little blings on there and it holds really well. I'm so glad, because I was always using my E6000 and a pen and dipping my pen in my E6000 and putting it wherever I needed to put some bling. Oops. And it was just kind of a pain. So now that I've found this Barely Arts glue, it works so great for bling. So yeah, and then, you know, just put some bling wherever you want. I think I want to put some, I don't know if I want it on my butterfly. I think I do. So let's see. Let's put some on my butterfly, and maybe let's put one right here. It's easy to go crazy putting bling on everything, isn't it? So I find it easy. Let's see if I can. Sticking. There. So I have some bling on my butterfly, one on my swan, and then I have this one here, and then down here on the corners. And so, yeah, I think I want to stop there. I think that's pretty good. This one here I want to show you. I did put some little roses and this little sign here. I may come back later as soon as I find a sentiment, and I'm going to attach that right here to my mom's as soon as I pick one out. I'll post a picture of that on my Instagram when it's finished. And so, and then the bling I put on this one here, I put some little rhinestones. You can see here's a rhinestone, here's a rhinestone. Yeah. So yeah, so that's it, and I hope you can take this little craft with me tutorial and make yourself some signs. They're super cute and they make great gifts. And as you can see, I've got some gifts ready for my family and one of my friends. And so until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.